Pandiculation, another instinctive mechanism that lives inside of you for resetting aches, pains, and tensions and regulating your nervous system. This is your body's reset button for the chronic tension patterns in your body, the stuck emotions, the traumas, and so much. I call it your body's other mechanism because at Shaking Medicine we explore neurogenic therapeutic tremoring a lot. And as I started deep diving into somatics, I realized when I started learning about pandiculation that this is another instinctive mechanism that's extremely complementary to therapeutic tremoring, yields many of the same benefits, but with a unique mechanism, and they are super extremely complementary to each other, so much so that they're almost like brothers and sisters. When they pair together, they give even more profound results than either one by themselves. So what is pandiculation? It's, if you Google some images or AI, what pops up is this, things like this: stretching, yawning, animals doing that down dog shape. And what a pandiculation is, it's that natural yawn, stretch and yawn reflex. Like when you just wake up in the morning and you have that beautiful, instinctive, natural, spontaneous stretch, yawn, release. And really, what it is more so than a stretch, and it does stretch, but more importantly is the squeezing that happens, and then the release. This prepares the body for motion, for movement. It's really powerful. And in the 20th century, it's been studied largely by many beautiful people. Thomas Hanna, Feldenkrais, whose teacher was Thomas Hanna, he actually started this research into pandiculation. And then there's been others, pioneers in this field in the late 20th century. And what they found basically was that it was giving profound results for alleviating tension patterns and restoring mobility, movement, conscious control over the body. So what we're doing here at Shaking Medicine is exploring this synthesis. I also realized in my research that there's only 3 people in the world that I've found that are exploring pandiculation with therapeutic tremoring. And we're perhaps one of the most developed in terms of building a system for exploring and accessing these 2 mechanisms spontaneously together. So we've been doing a collaboration recently with Alex Green's neurogenic integration community. I've been running a masterclass, so there will be access to that and other courses on pandiculation if you want to embody this, as well as, of course, I work one-on-one with people. So yeah, it's a squeeze and release response focused on the squeezing and then the gentle letting go, right? Scientifically, and with this, this is a book I'm writing, or a manual on our playbook for this stuff. So let's just focus mostly on the titles as a blueprint for me to share some of this with you. But basically, it's a sophisticated conversation between the brain and all the tissues of the body, the nervous system, the fascia, the muscles. The idea, roughly speaking, is to feel the sensations in the body, the connection in the brain to body, be present with it. And when we particularly slowly relax out of this squeeze, that's where the recalibration and the reset happens, where we restore the tissues back to their natural state. So it's a neuromuscular process, it's embodied, it's somatic. It's like Shaking Medicine's therapeutic tremoring. It's using the body to heal the mind and body, as opposed to the logical controlled processes of talk therapy or other methods that are very common. Key benefits: regulates your nervous system, resets the fascia. Importantly, it bypasses the stretch reflex when we pandiculate. Often when we try to heal the body through stretching, i.e. yoga, or anything too effortful, it can cause the body to actually contract and for protective mechanisms to come online, which actually can prevent the healing, in some cases make it worse. It unravels sensory motor amnesia, the chronic patterns that are frozen inside of you, the tension patterns from either habitually doing stuff too much, like me working on a computer with a mouse, that can create all kinds of tension through the forearm there on the right side and not the left. So this sort of process can help with any asymmetrical stuff we do in life to balance out the body. The way I see this on a physical level, the aches and pains and tensions that get stored in our body, they get frozen and numb to us, like in a freeze response, that sympathetic freeze response. And so pandiculation is a powerful way to awaken this stuff up, as well as therapeutic tremoring, and together, even better. It wakes up these numb, frozen patterns. We feel it to heal it as it unravels, and we build the brain to body connection again. Neuroplasticity, again, great for that, making new pathways, awakening your possibility and range of movement, mobility, strength, flexibility. It supports all of that. So pandiculation is different than just, even though sometimes it looks like a stretch, it's different than stretching. It's focused on the squeezing, and really briefly, it's the squeeze towards the center, hold it briefly, and kind of like our focus in shaking medicine isn't forceful. It's actually, we want effortless effort, wu wei, or that letting go of control, since less is more attitude. So when we squeeze, it's not like we need to squeeze with all our might. It's not. It's actually generally more therapeutic to go 20, 30, 40%, 50, 60 sometimes. And there's certainly a time and place to go harder, but generally speaking, especially as we're learning this, we err on the side of ease, especially working with injuries, aches, old aches and pains and tensions. So there's a brief hold after the squeeze, not too long, and then a slow release. Whew. You saw a tremor coming through me with that. When we embody this stuff, it gets really easy to access as it becomes second nature. And the slow release is really important. Release nice and slow. This is where a lot of the healing happens. If really releasing 1% at a time, let the fibers be present with the fibers, feel it just softening, like opening bit by bit, and that helps to recalibrate, reset, and rewire the brain to body connection there. And then rest and integrate in between. That's such an important part of the pandiculation process, is to reset, recalibrate, do another one. So there's a difference between, and I had to come up with this framework to mirror it to therapeutic tremoring and get to what I saw was true pandiculation, which is when it becomes spontaneous. It's no longer a practice that we intellectually do. Yeah, we start that way usually to build our relationship with it. And then as it becomes spontaneous, it happens more when and where and how we need it and how long and all of that. Just like when we wake up in the morning and we're not thinking about it and we squeeze and make faces and sounds. So I had to come up with this distinction. Voluntary pandiculation, or active pandiculation, is when we're kind of mimicking what a true pandiculation is as a practice. This is essentially what those pioneers of the 20th century were doing. And this is absolutely amazing, like profound for healing chronic aches, tensions, etc. So this alone is already really powerful. And then when it becomes really natural, like it embeds with our spontaneous shaking practice and the squeezes happen spontaneously. This is what I'm calling involuntary pandiculation or natural pandiculation. And the goal of my course in shaking medicine, because many other people have already done voluntary pandiculation courses, and that's great, and I'm doing that too because I start with that, and then I'm planting seeds to transition more and more to those states to get to natural pandiculation, because really there's infinite ways we can pandiculate, just as many ways as there's possibilities to move the body and the tissues of the body. So what I see is the most profound is when we get to these states of natural pandiculation. And there's no rush to get there. Just by doing it voluntarily for a while, or even as the spontaneous pandiculation comes on, by doing it voluntarily, we train our body that it's safe. We train it to know how to do it, to importantly awaken different kind of possibilities of movement, so we have something to play with, and our body knows it's safe to go to all these different angles. And no, like tremoring, no two pandiculation should be quite the same, even in voluntary pandiculation, but especially in natural pandiculation. Because every time you unravel a layer, well, the next time you do it, a different part of you will need to pandiculate to get the release. So ultimately, these things, pandiculation and tremoring, as we really get both of these to be spontaneous and instinctive, like they're meant to be in nature, they ought to be merging, like I said earlier, brothers and sisters. They really give a more profound and complete and efficient release than either one of these alone. It's been my experience, and I've seen it in others too, when they can allow both together. It's just really, it amplifies the process, the efficiency, the speed of the healing journey. So they're both similar in that they're genetically encoded within us. We're born with these mechanisms, and I feel the same intelligence is behind both. And in some ways, they're very similar. And perhaps one way to look at it actually is that one is a fast version of the other, and the other is a really slow version of the other. I do feel definitely they're distinct, but it's also very easy to say, wow, they're definitely of the same genetically encoded intelligence, and they do have lots of similarities anyway. So in my course, I go over core somatic principles that complement this. We take you through all the principles of embodying voluntary pandiculation, different journeys we go through, how to transition from voluntary to spontaneous pandiculation, journeys that deepen. It's a progressive thing. And then one cool thing is when we really get to spontaneous pandiculation, we sort of break the rules of the voluntary pandiculation. So comment below if you've pandiculated before, anything that stood out for you. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in. Reach out to me if feel free to connect if you want to discuss embodying this. You can join our community as well. We have courses here for embodying this stuff, and a classroom with progressive courses, both therapeutic tremoring and pandiculation. Lots of beautiful things here. Shaking medicine Qigong modality, where I've started a spontaneous style Qigong. Chair shaking medicine course for those who are less mobile. And lots of other content. You can get private sessions with me. I have a 90-day container as well, which we can tailor it for anyone if you want that personal support. It's designed primarily for those in severe trauma or states of emotional overwhelm, because they often need, if you're that person, the best approach is generally to have that one-on-one personal support to get the transformation. You can see we offer other things. There's other nuggets, related complementary modalities, community classes. There's shorter videos, like approximately 10-minute guided videos for those days you just don't have much time. And teacher training. I offer teacher training in shaking medicine, so you can teach this therapeutic tremoring and this pandiculation, adding it to your toolbox, or just as a standalone modality. Teaching shaking medicine all in of itself. So yeah, we do live events in the calendar, and it's a beautiful community. Join in. We make posts and updates, talk about upcoming events. If you are curious to join, it looks like this when you land on the page. You can join starting at $10 a month to do the beginner's course, and then all the other content, including going deeper into pandiculation, is on this middle tier, and then this one, which is customizable. You get one-on-one sessions with me at the base plan, 1 a month, or we can customize it to 2 a month, or customize it for the teacher training pathways, etc. So please don't hesitate to reach out, connect. I love connecting with people in this modality, in this movement of shaking medicine. It's relational and community-based. Shakingmedicine.com, you can easily contact us there, find the community, find our socials, and all that good stuff. Have a beautiful day, and don't forget to get pendiculating. And actually, an invitation, next time you wake up or you find yourself, intuitively stretching, pause there, witness it, be with it a little longer, and be like, oh, that's that thing Keith was telling me about, that squeeze and release mechanism. It's a very powerful way to reset, and to apply it in a very simple way. Go into squeeze to center, hold for a little bit, relax out, reset, and go again at a new angle, a new part of the body. You can do this in any part of your body. And I'm summarizing that really quickly, but take your time in that process, and it will, the more slowly and presently you go, the more it will reset the brain to body connection. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye for now.